Hello and welcome back to Tales from the Age of Men, and we're here at another town of the Harad, or shall we say the Harad Dream, and we're attempting to take it by ourselves. Now here's the thing, hopefully we are going to... we might be left alone. Yes, we might be left alone here. This is going to be pretty good, because what I've actually done in the off-screen time is I have given away our other fiefs, right? So I've given away our other fiefs. That means that we potentially have the ability to be on the ticket. And you can see here I don't have any influence because I actually voted for a couple of people. Oh no. Are you serious, you absolute imbecile? Actually, wait a minute. This is actually not a terrible... Okay. This is not a terrible siege. This is not a terrible siege in any way. So, well, siege, fief, you get it. You know what I'm talking about. So... they've actually just awarded us a relatively good one. A lot of prosperity right there, which is pretty nice. So that means, oh yes, that means we're actually doing pretty nicely. So maybe I don't have to be so concerned about getting this one, because I was actually thinking, oh yes, this one's going to be very nice. Funnily enough, I was actually just thinking, what is it gonna be like? I mean, has anyone out there played as Harad? Have you actually played as Harad? I don't know. I haven't heard anyone playing as them, so I actually would like to see, or shall we say, I'd like to hear from people that have played as Harad, because I like to see how it is. Because obviously there are a lot of bandits around here. Very, very plentiful amounts of bandits, which is extremely good. That means that the economy is very, shall we say, well, very healthy. You know, you're going to be able to take out a bunch of bandits. It's going to be very nice and easy for you to hopefully level up your renown, and, you know, maybe even get to being a mercenary much quicker than you would in other territories, which definitely has a huge impact. So apart from that, I would say, you know what? I actually feel like maybe this area, especially considering the fact that the fiefs themselves are so far away from the front lines, these places are going to be extremely rich. Is that just me? I actually don't know. Can I mouse over this? For some reason I can't mouse over this. There's no tooltip. This is the problem with Bannerlord actually not giving you like a proper readout at the top here that tells you, you know, oh, I'd like to see its prosperity and all that stuff. No, I can't see the prosperity or anything like that unless I'm out of the siege, apparently. I don't know why that is, but yeah, there you go. All right, let's actually just take a quick look. Oh no, we're actually doing fine here. Yeah, so technically what I could also do is I could call for some parties. Now here's the thing. I already have... Wait a minute. Where's my other party? Did he get eliminated? Did he actually get eliminated or something? I hope he didn't. It seems like he might have. Yeah, it seems like he might have. Anyway, what I was actually going to say is, which companion do you think would be good to create a party with? Because the only two companions that are not with me right now are Afia and Osric, as we know. And Osric is actually being pretty good at being a party leader. I feel like he does a pretty good job. I'm not sure if he's defeated or not. It doesn't feel like he's been defeated, but it doesn't show him on the screen here, which is a bit strange. Usually he would be here, so that's a bit weird. Anyway, the point is, which companion should I create a new party with? Because at this point, I actually don't want to make a party with anyone else, because they're all doing a job. Like, for example, we have Murgash here, we have Galar here, we have me, obviously, on the surgeon thing, and then we have Swan as our engineer. Now, the only one that isn't doing anything is Aragorn, but the problem with that is that Aragorn is a very important character, and I'd kind of like to keep him in our party, as in our actual army, because if we tell him to be a party, then he's going to possibly run off somewhere if we can't get him into our army as it is. Because as you've seen, well, hopefully as you've seen in the previous series, if you've seen the previous series, there is a bit of an issue with doing that. You see, there's a bit of an issue with doing that, because what's going to happen is possibly the party themselves is going to have too large of an army size, or shall we say too large of a capacity, and it's going to be very, very difficult to get the required amounts of troops for you to be able to call them into your army. I've always felt like, you know, it's actually quite funny, I've always felt like that particular requirement, or shall we say prerequisite, is a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit, I don't know, artificially annoying. I don't know. It feels to me like there shouldn't be any requirement whatsoever, because you are the one that has called for that person to literally, you know, be a party. So I don't actually understand why there would be any kind of requirement. Like, who's setting who's setting that requirement, you know? Is it the party creation gods or something like that, sending a lightning bolt to us, basically being like, yes, you must make sure that there are 40% of the troops in this, you know, in this thing here. I understand that it's probably some kind of, you know, gameplay rule just for the sake of balancing potentially, but I don't know. I don't know why that would make any difference. I don't know. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to see how we do. This is going to be by ourselves. We don't actually have Denethor or anything like that helping us, which I personally don't mind. I think this is okay. I don't think we're going to have too many problems with this, and hopefully, yeah, maybe we'll be able to take it in one fell swoop. I'd like to be able to take it in one fell swoop, but it is going to be a bit of a troublesome spot if we do. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we're going to go. I'm not sure which way to go, to be honest. Most of the time, generally, I would recommend going over to the right side here, because if you take a look at the left, there is loads of open space here, and these two wall sections are going to be having so many archers on them. It's going to be extremely dangerous. We're probably just going to get shot to pieces if we go that way. As you can see, there are so many... Oh, there's a lot of vassals on that side too. Oh, this is very bad. Okay, I'm actually not entirely sure what to do. I think we'll probably just let our forces decide what they want to go for. And me personally, I'm just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it. We're just going to try to do as much damage as possible here. Massive damage, actually. Massive damage coming in. I would like to get some more one-handed skill and some more athletic skill, and technically I could have done that if I got off my mount, but as I said to you in a previous episode, I do find that the AI decides to be very aggressive if you're not on your mount, and they are just going to surround you and probably kill you really, really easily. So that's a bit of an issue, because, like, for example, right now, imagine if I wasn't on my horse. If I wasn't on my horse right now, can you imagine what it's going to be like? Yeah, it's going to be pretty damaging. I think, at least. I think it's going to be pretty damaging. Let's actually get my guys to come in here. I'm not entirely sure why they're waiting outside. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is actually pretty nice. The funny thing is, look at this. They have so many archers. They have so many archers. And this is exactly what I was saying in the was it the Uruk series? Or maybe the Elf series? I don't know. I can't remember now. But I was saying in one of those that the militia in this mod are really, really good. And I actually really like that, because it means that even the militia is going to put up a big fight. They're not going to be as strong, obviously, as if you had a bunch of garrison-related units. But they're going to be decent, you know what I mean? They're going to be actually decent, and they're going to be able to defend very, very nicely. And you can see here we're actually doing some pretty good damage. Maybe if we can get a couple more kills. I kind of didn't want to get off my mount until the opponent was on the back foot. Oh, here we go. This is absolutely perfect. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice headshot. Nice headshot. There we go. Can we get more of them? Unfortunately, I didn't spec this character for movement speed, so it's more than likely these fellows will be able to get away. Let's see if anyone's behind me. No, no one's behind me. Okay. Oh, I see. We do have some... Oh, okay. This might be... Yeah, this might be a bit of a problem if these fellows actually manage to catch up to me. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm going to have to tell my forces to kind of hold position over here. How many... Okay, they're coming... Okay, so they're going over there. Interesting, okay. I think that's probably going to be fine, right? Right? I think that's probably going to be okay. Maybe. I mean, it seems as though they're... Yeah, they're actually pulling back right now. Okay, we don't have to be too concerned, but as you could tell, these enemies, they wanted to surround us. Almost 100% that they wanted to surround us right there. And we really didn't want that to happen, so let's be a little bit careful. Got to be a bit careful about the archers as well. I'm very prepared. I'm very prepared here. Okay, wait. Shields up, shields up. Thank you very much. More power to deflectors and so on. Yes, all that wonderful stuff. Okay, wait a minute. These are mostly, I feel like, where are the... Oh, there's the infantry. They're in the back there. That's not a particularly good idea. There we go. Okay, getting shot in the face. Really appreciate that. There we go. Nice. There we go. Yes. There we are. We finally got to 200 athletics skill. Can you believe it? It's taken us long enough, doesn't it? Okay, here we go. Yeah, unfortunate that we're not really that fast on our feet. That's the one thing that's kind of throwing me off right now. The fact that we really are very slow. And we really don't have a huge amount of reasons or ways of closing the distance with opponents. And yeah, I am gonna get myself a new new one-handed sword. A new one-handed sword would probably be quite nice for us. Yeah, using a polearm in this situation is obviously not particularly good. You probably don't want to be doing it like this. You probably want to be going over here and then just poking them from range. And hopefully getting some people that are not defending themselves dramatically. It is very good if you can get some headshots, as you can see right there. Massive damage, good amounts of skill points as well. Look at that, we just literally got 2 athletics points in one attack. I probably could have gotten more if I'd done one-handed though, right? Yeah, maybe I should have just done that. But yeah, as you can see, obviously now the enemies are starting to run away, and that's the victory. And look at that, we only suffered 6 casualties in total, which I have to admit, I feel is pretty good. We did lose 4 Blackroot Vale Elite Longbowmen, which I have to admit is not exactly good. I really don't want to lose those guys. Those are very nice, and probably my favorite. I think they're probably my favorite Gondorian unit. I know that sounds kind of weird, considering most of the time you're not really going to be thinking to yourself, oh yes, Gondor, the home of the very proficient archer. No, you're not really going to be thinking that, or at least I don't personally think that. I always think of Gondor as having you know, very shiny looking armor and having a bunch of infantry that are extremely, well, shiny, and that's usually what I think. Anyway, shall we get this sword right here? I mean, I already have, as you can see, a Swan Knight sword, which is, in my opinion, actually pretty good, but apparently, maybe not. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I kind of wanted to continue using a Gondorian weapon. That's the main reason why I purchased this to begin with, because I thought to myself, yeah, well, if we're going to be going into enemy territory, we might not have any opportunity to purchase something in quite some time. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we just forced them to join our culture right there, and I actually have to admit, I really love I love that feature. I really love that feature because it just does so much for you. It's absolutely amazing because it literally just makes it so nice to reinforce yourself. You can literally just wait at a particular location for not even that long, and then you're getting your own troops. You're getting, you know, Gondorian troops, or you're, you know, in the case of other factions, because obviously I've only played Gondor with this version of the mod, right? Just bear that in mind. I've only played this with the updated version of the mod, and it's the ability to change cultures to yours. It's absolutely amazing. It's so nice. Having control over it, that's what I mean. So instead of it being just like a passive thing, it is literally just directly under your control, and it's so nice. It's very, very cool to do that. Okay, so let's actually see, is there anything that we can do here? Are we having any kind of herding problem? No, we're still not having a herding problem. Okay, well, that's actually kind of surprising. We're going to just get yeah, 69,420 there. No, actually we are getting 69,450. So 30 more. I'm not entirely sure how that's happening, but yeah. Anyway, now that we've leveled to Clan Tier 5, we are now in possession of an insane amount of party capacity. The reason for that is probably noble retinues. I'm assuming that Denethor has instituted noble retinues, and so that means that every Tier 5 and above clan is going to be able to field 40 more troops into their armies, which is obviously extremely powerful. And let me actually just have a look and actually just confirm whether that is indeed the case. Yep, there it is. Noble retinues, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, there it is, 40 increased. Wow, that is actually amazing. That is so, so amazing. And we're going to see exactly the reason why in just a moment when we go over to our army screen. Okay, so first of all, the roguery skills are so... Oh, man. The roguery perks are so disappointing sometimes. It would be wonderful to have something like... Okay, yeah, sure. In Best Light, being able to recover 20% faster... Yeah, or should we say your villagers being able to recover 20% faster from raids? I suppose that is a decent idea. But in the first place, you probably don't want them to be raided... you know, to begin with. Anyway, know-how is kind of interesting as well because, again, you get 5% more loot from defeated villagers and caravans, okay? And now, obviously, 5%. You take a look at how much battle loot we're getting already. We're getting 19% increase. So if you plus 5 to that when you're, you know, attacking caravans, for example, so you're then getting 24%. That is decent, right? If you think about the, you know, the total that we're getting right now, but it's such a boring perk. Unfortunately, it would just be so nice if it would be a little bit more interesting. Like, yeah, okay, fine, make it give you 5% more. You know, you get 5% more loot, but then you also get something else on top of that. So, for example, you know, maybe it, I don't know. Maybe it makes it so that you get primarily, I don't know, weapons, or maybe it makes it so that you get more trade goods from caravans, from attacking caravans and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because then you actually have a purpose. Apart from the default rewards that you get for attacking caravans, you have a bit more of an incentive, and you basically go, oh, actually, yeah, I'm going to be getting, you know, raw value. Just say that you're going to be getting, I don't know, 5 more furs, 5 more jewelry, 5 more whatever, and that's it. And I'm not talking about percentage here, I'm talking about raw value. And I feel like that could be really, really fun. Obviously, that's not really, it doesn't really matter either way. I'll go for in Best Light, I suppose, considering that's probably going to be, you know, making, giving us a little bit of value for ourselves. And we're going to be going for strong here. Yeah, we're going to be going for strong with our athletic skill here. That's going to get me that final vigor attribute point. And we're going to be getting plus 5% party speed by foot troops in our party as well, which is exceptionally nice. Apart from that, we have strong legs, and then obviously we have ignore pain. Ignore pain is probably one of the most powerful perks in the game, like I've said multiple times now, you know, about a variety of other things, like, for example, Dauntless Steed. This is basically ignore pain is Dauntless Steed for foot troops, because as you can see, this gives plus 5 armor to all equipped armor pieces of mounted troops in your formation, and athletics is just foot troops for the same exact thing. So it's extremely powerful, very, very nice, because think about it, 5 more armor, I mean, really, 5 more armor to each piece, right? To each piece. That means a huge amount in comparison to what you might think, because obviously most of the time you're going to be thinking, oh, really, 5 more armor? That's not really going to do much. I can't even vote for myself. Wow, that is actually very sad. As you can see right here, I literally cannot even get this. I already have 1 fief, but it would have been nice to get another one. Denethor is actually voting for me. Wow, that's really surprising. All right, I'm gonna vote for this guy and get some relation with him. And now we got 92 with him. That's actually very nice. And yeah, unfortunate that we weren't able to do really very much else, but yeah, that's just how it goes. Now, what's really cool, yeah, did you see my influence? You rarely get value out of this particular perk, or at least for me personally, I feel like I rarely get value from it, but it is, let me see, where is it now? Is it leadership, or is it... It's something... Is it charm... It's charm skill, isn't it? Yes, there it is. This is what I'm talking about. 100% influence return when a supported proposal fails to pass. So, for example, because I voted for that guy and it didn't pass, we didn't get our way in that regard, we got all of our influence back, which is really quite amazing. And I really, really love that. That is so, so fun. Wow, I'm actually recruiting so many troops from the surrounding villages right here. And look at this, we can literally just go straight on into these escaped slaves, immediately get massive amounts of medicine skill, and indeed, look at all the prisoners. Look at all the prisoners I can capture here. This is so, so good. Unfortunately, a lot of these troops are not, they're not actually that amazing, which is obviously a little bit disappointing, but you know, that's just how things are. You know, you can't really be too choosy when you're out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So you're gonna just have to take what you can get, which obviously is what I'm doing right now, and hopefully we're gonna be able to level up all of these guys to something pretty crazy. There's breeder skill actually coming in as well to give us 6 round seahorses too, which is very, very nice. And you can see here we are moving very, very strong. Actually, very, very fast, because I was looking at the word strong right there, so I said strong. Isn't that hilarious? It's great the way the mind works, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, so we're now moving 0.29 faster because we have strong, which is extremely good if you think about it. 0.29 faster, yeah, give me that every day of the week. Usually, I would say... you know, you don't really, it doesn't really matter that much to go for, you know, speed when you have such a large army at this point, but it really makes a huge difference catching up with these guys. It really makes a huge difference, and I gotta say, I love it. Absolutely fantastic. Funnily enough, the one thing that I personally feel... Oh, actually, Nomadic Traditions is doing quite well. Never mind. I was going to say, oh, I feel like Nomadic Traditions is terrible. Actually, yeah, Nomadic Traditions isn't actually that good most of the time. However, in this case, it actually seems to be doing quite a lot, which is very surprising. Usually it doesn't for me, but yeah. Anyway, there you go. We've completely filled out our army, and this is where I currently am. Look at that. Look at this. I traveled all the way down here. All right, so are they actually doing something? I mean, look, there's only a handful of Mordor fiefs remaining, and then they would be completely eliminated. They would literally be completely eliminated at that point. So I'm actually really surprised that they haven't really done that yet, but I guess we've just moved on. We've just moved on to Harad for some reason. Okay, so I have 300 influence right now. This guy is literally just claiming every single thing in the world. I'm going to vote for this guy. As you can see, we get literally our influence back once again because we're voting for someone else. It's absolutely amazing. It's literally a bit of a... you know, a little bit of a... Well, what is it? What am I trying to think about now right here? I'm trying to think about... It's a bit of a devious... you know, a bit of a nice little bonus right there that you don't really think about. You know, in the grand scheme of things, you don't really think, oh yeah, actually, this perk is so good for leveling up your charm skill, it's so good for leveling up your relation with people, because it just fundamentally allows you to infinitely, basically, as long as there are you know, votes being called, you can infinitely say, oh yes, I would like to have my influence back, please. And then you get your influence back, and it's so incredibly useful. Anyway, we're going to go in here. I'm pretty sure the opponent is going to engage us and then force the garrison to come out and actually attack. I'm going to assume that they're going to do that as soon as the other vassal comes back. The other vassal from over there. I'm assuming, because as you can see, we do have another one waiting. Oh no, what? They're leaving? Really? Okay, I'm actually surprised about that. I would have expected them to come back immediately and try to defend this, but apparently they apparently they don't fancy their chances, which I suppose is all very well and good, you know, fair's fair and all that. Anyway, we will build our trebuchets, and you can see here that rebels in Minas Morgul have rebelled. Yeah, that's the... See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the problem with the AI, and for some reason they still do not value loyalty as much as they value other things. Loyalty is so incredibly useful, because look at what they're having to do now. They're having to besiege this thing all over again, and it's more than likely that they're going to have... Wait a minute. Did you see that, right? Wait a minute. Look at this. Minas Morgul is being besieged, or shall we say is being assaulted by escaped slaves? Escaped slaves? How many? How many escaped slaves are actually attacking? Can you imagine? Oh, that's actually quite funny. But yeah, there you go. Okay, apparently that's happening. That's a little bit strange. But there you are. Anyway, Osric is winning the tournament at this place. I'm actually not sure. Can I? I can't form the party right now. I should have remembered to do that before we headed in here to this siege. But yeah, I'd like to get Osric as a party again. I'm assuming that he was actually... probably defeated sometime with the other person that had an army around here. I'm assuming that that is the case. I don't know, but yeah, we're just gonna continue leveling up our very low tier people right now, and yeah, just continue taking stuff, and that's pretty much all we can really try to do. I mean, I'm gonna obviously try to starve these guys out because they basically have no food whatsoever. You can see here this fellow is actually trying to get an army together so that they will be able to attack us. But that is not going to work. I'm sorry to tell him. I'm sorry to tell him, because even if I have to go in here with a full garrison... I don't really want to go in here with a full garrison, all things considered. I would very much prefer not doing that. Melrin is going over to Gar Nekar and attempting to besiege that once again. It would have been very nice if they'd actually defended that, but this is the issue with Harad and its territory. It's so large. It's so large, and they have so many fiefs. It's very, very difficult for the AI specifically to get to all of these places and to be like, oh yeah, which way do we go, and what do we do, and how do we do it? And, you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can obviously play the game. You know, it's obviously very much freeform. You can decide what you want to do and where you want to go whenever you want to do it. However, the AI obviously has these priorities. They usually have these priorities, and they usually go, oh yeah, we're going to go over here and we're going to go and do this. But a lot of the time, that actually results in them being stuck in some kind of, I mean, I'm not saying a lot of the time, but maybe, I don't know, maybe 50-50. I don't know, it very much depends. Maybe a little bit less than that. Maybe it's a bit more like 60-40, but whatever the case, when the AI has a problem, as in when they're unable to decide on what they're going to do, they always kind of get a little bit hesitant. A little bit hesitant about what they're going to do, and or it takes them so long to get to a certain place that they no longer have anything to do at that other place that they were traveling towards, and then their cohesion kicks in, and then they, well, have problems. So yeah, that's a thing that can happen. That's a thing that can happen, and that's just purely because, as I say, Harad's territory is quite large, and there are so many fiefs, and it's very difficult for the AI to kind of navigate that. At least that's what I've seen so far, but maybe that's not the case. I don't know. Maybe I'm making things up or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just kind of assuming that that's the case, because obviously large territory... Yeah, the AI doesn't really do very well with large territory, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, let's just continue to try to do damage to these fellows. I am going to switch... You know, let's switch to my one-handed here. Let's try to get a little bit one-handed skill. Nice. Nice. Yes, more of this. I'd like to get off my mount as well if at all possible, but I'd like to level up my one-handed a bit faster. There we go. Let's just try to... Look at this. Nice. Yes, more of this. That is what we need. And if I can continue to get some kills, I'll be very pleased, because the more kills we can get, the more experience we gain. And you can see here, I almost will 100% tell you right now, if I were to get off my mount right here, I would more than likely be attacked. I think. I think I would be attacked, swarmed, whatever you want to call it, almost immediately. So I'm thinking that I'll probably just be a little bit... Oh, that was a nice hit. That was a nice hit from these archers right there. That was pretty bad. I'm probably going to die now as a result, I think. But let's do a couple of, you know, a little bit of dueling. A little bit of dueling never hurt anyone, right? Let's see. Ooh, I went for the stab, but unfortunately did not kill him in one hit. I'm actually surprised about that. I was really hopeful. Nice. We seem to be victorious. The opponent has decided to leave, which is very understandable, of course. Very, very understandable. But I feel like we actually did a pretty good job there. We got decent amounts, I guess. Decent amounts of athletic skill, decent amounts of one-handed skill and all that stuff. So very, very pleased. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. And I think we can... Yep, there we go. We can go vroom, vroom. And, yeah, there we are. All right, that's pretty nice. And probably not going to get a huge amount of renown or anything like that. Obviously, if we do want a significant amount of renown, it's definitely going to be the way to go if we want to just, you know, basically you just want to go straight on in with the full garrison. But obviously, if you want a huge amount of prisoners and a lot of roguery skill, then going in like this is basically a no-brainer because you just gain so many prisoners. Okay, so this is a legendary... one-handed sword. I feel like we probably just have to go for this. You can see here, it's got a pretty good amount of swing damage, actually, for a one-handed, so we're going to use that instead. And that's definitely going to allow us to kill things much, much quicker. We're going to force them over to our culture straight away, and let's see if we can get some prisoners here. There we go. 41,000, actually insane. Really, really nice. I don't even know. Did we level up, by the way? Because if we leveled up, then I will have wasted a little bit of experience there, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much. As I said, roguery skill is one of those skills that generally is just going to level up passively over time. And while it is very, very good to try to focus on it, it can result in a bit more of a frustrating experience, because what you're going to eventually get is you're going to be like, oh yeah, I really want to take these guys prisoner. I took these guys prisoner. And then you're like, oh yeah, I leveled 1 roguery skill. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm talking about base game here, not mods or anything like that, because obviously selling these prisoners, very, very nice. We're going to go for lead by example. Do we not have... Wait a minute. Is there not another perk called lead by example? I think there is. I think there is. I think there are 2 perks called lead by example. Isn't there one over here? Isn't there one like right here in leadership or something like that? Lead by example, isn't it here somewhere? Am I just completely... Yep, there it is. Lead by example. That is hilarious. There are 2 perks called lead by example. Look at that. That's actually amazing. I can't believe I didn't notice that before. I think I might have, but maybe I just blanked on it or something. Anyway, lead by example is basically the exact same thing as the other one. Yeah, as you can see, apart from the recruitment rate, of course, but it does give you the extra experience. So I guess that's pretty nice. Fleet of Foot is definitely what I'm going to be taking next, because that does provide us with additional combat movement speed. And as we've seen, we are very, very slow. So it's going to take me some time to move around and stuff like that in the battles. So, ooh, we can vote. Nice. Okay, so we can vote for Faramir right here if we want to. Or we can vote for this guy to get us... Oh, wow. Yeah, we could vote for a whole bunch of extra people. I'm going to vote for this guy. I'm going to vote for this guy just purely so that I can get him out of the dumps with us, because he hates us right now with -23. So we're just going to vote for him. We're going to keep our influence, as you can see right there, and we're going to get this guy, you know, +50 or +48. Yeah, as you can see right there. Very, very nice. And that's also, by the way, that's also the reason why having charm skill is actually somewhat good in these situations too. I mean, obviously the fact that we're able to maintain our influence level, that's extremely nice. But I don't know whether you've noticed or whether you remember this, but the perk, what is it now? Young and Respectful? I think it's called Young and Respectful. Basically, let me see here. Young and Respectful. There it is. Plus 20% relationship gain with the same gender. So obviously, because most of the time a lord is going to be male, right? So obviously, if you are a male character, then there you go. Plus 20% relationship gain every single time I do one of these, and every single time you gain relation, you are in fact gaining charm skill. So it's basically like getting yourself plus 20% additional experience, if you think of it like that. I guess to a degree, I guess it is kind of like that. Anyway, we can now vote for this. Oh, they're actually giving me this. Oh, very surprising. Okay, I never would have expected that. Okay, I'm going to vote for Faramir here. Poor guy. We're going to vote for him. And yeah, we're obviously going to be getting this because they're basically just forcing it through. It's quite funny, actually. Anyone that has the support of the Council of Gondor, they are literally set, because you cannot beat their vote. You cannot beat the strength of their vote, which is actually pretty crazy. So anyway, how's our loyalty situation here? Oh, it's 60. Oh, that is... What? Wait a minute. Look at that. We've changed the culture. Did you see that? We've changed the culture of this fief. We changed the culture, and that means that because we are now Gondorian, we now no longer have loyalty problems. That is amazing, actually. Now that I think about it, that is even better than I thought. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's even better. That is actually crazy good. Okay, you know what? Let's just do something a little bit like this. I'm going to get Fairgrounds because I really like getting loyalty. The reason why I really like getting loyalty is because leveling up your relation with your notables in your town fundamentally increases your power level. It's actually really staggeringly good. I know that sounds really stupid to say, power level, but anyway, the point is, you're going to be getting so many better troops, more troops, and it's just so much better. It's just so nice. Anyway, yeah, so we have these two, actually. Look at this. We have these two towns now. That's actually super nice. Look at that. We're getting a lot of settlement income here too, which is very nice. I'm actually very surprised that they decided to give that to us. We now also have this. I actually wonder, how do we cross the river here? Do we just go across the river and that's it, or let me actually just see. No, I think we just crossed the river. Oh, I'm so thankful. I am very thankful that we don't have any kind of like ship system or anything like that. Because, okay, no offense, right? No offense, but if you have to, you know, I don't know, spend 50,000 on a ship or something like that, and that is the only thing that is going to allow you to get across here, and then the micromanagement with having to deal with a ship and stuff, I feel like that's extremely irritating. In these small, small ways. Like, for example, if it's just this river, right? If it's just this river and it's not a big ocean like this over here, then I feel like, why bother with a ship? I feel like that's a really nice... it's a nice design decision not to go for ships in this case, because, let's face it, I mean, come on now. No, it's just not, in my opinion, not worth it. Okay, so let's have a look-see here. Okay, yeah, whoa, this is going to be... I should probably wait. Let's just go and form that party that I wanted to remember to do. So let's form the party here. Obviously, I can't do anything with him right now. I can't call him or anything. As I said before, we don't have 40%. He needs 40% of his maximum army size for us to be able to do anything. Oh, wait a minute. What's actually going on? Oh, wait. Mirkwood's doing something? Mirkwood is... Oh, look at this. They're actually doing something. I am so surprised. I am so surprised. Usually, I know, that is amazing. That is so, so good. Wait a minute. How are they doing this? How are they doing this? Because from what I recall, Mirkwood only has 2 lords. Is that true still? Is that actually true? Let me have a look. I like these new icons as well, by the way. Okay, so, yeah, here we go. Thranduil really, he doesn't like us because we executed someone one time. Okay, no, they actually do have a bunch of additional clans here. So that's actually really, really nice. I actually have to admit that's really, really nice. And I was I was playing this faction on hard mode by the looks of things, because these guys, they're actually quite strong, as you can see. They're all clan tier 5 by the looks of things, I think. Yeah, so, most of them. Most of them are clan tier 5, and they have some clan tier 4s and things like that. And that is really making a huge, huge difference to how effective these fellows are. But this is exactly what you would expect them to do. You'd expect them to come over here and absolutely murder. Of course, in the version that I had beforehand, I was playing as elves, and obviously they only we only had one clan. We only had one clan in the faction itself, but now they have multiple clans, and it's actually proving that they are extremely effective at what they are able to do. Very, very cool. Yeah. Definitely got to do a playthrough with elves again at some point in the future, because yeah, having a whole bunch of extra clans definitely makes a huge difference. And you can clearly see here we are. Ooh. Okay, wait a minute. Wait. We're gonna have to get out of here.
Stop there.
How did?
Who are you?
Wait a minute. How did he get me? Ah, I see. Oh, there was actually another party here. Oh dear. Okay, I actually don't know what forces are knocked out. Knights of the Silver Swan. Okay. It would have been good to have those in this particular battle, but I guess we're just gonna have to do it, right? We're just gonna have to do it. Okay, we're forced into it. So we've got what is it now? 260, I think. Yeah, 260. Oh no, it's nighttime. Dearie me. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be an issue. Alright, so what we're going to do, well, I'm obviously going to make the footage slightly lighter. I'm going to remember to do that this time. For some reason, I never do, but yes, there you go. We're going to make it a little bit lighter in editing here so that you can actually see, because I'm going to have problems seeing in this. Oh, hello. Okay, we actually have an extremely nice place here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place these guys right here. Going to place my infantry on one side, cavalry on the other side, and we're going to see how we do. Because what we're going to have is we're going to have an absolutely wonderful, should we say, killing arc here. Because obviously, look at this. We've got our archers in a really nice place. The enemy is going to have big, big problems getting around here. And, whoa, I actually hit him off his mount. That's perfect. Can we kill that guy? Thank you very much. Okay, good. And these fellows are going to be exceptionally good to defend here. Let's put them into a shield wall so that they can protect much, much better from that angle. And we're going to see what we can do here. Maybe I can pick off a couple of people. Highly unlikely, actually, right now. I don't like the fact that the infantry is... There we go. I like them like this. Yeah, there we go. That's slightly better. Okay. Who's this? What are you doing there, sir? Okay, his shield is dead, so he should die very, very quickly now. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, I'll just take him out then, I guess. Nice damage. Nice damage. Okay, can we get more of that, please? Yes, there we go. That was the guy that actually got us into the battle initially, which is very, very funny considering we killed him. Okay, now, yeah, they're coming this way. This is not great. We don't want this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Gonna tell these guys to charge. Lots of horse archers. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Potentially. Nice damage. Can we get some more? Ow. No, not that. I don't want damage coming my way, please. Okay, this is pretty decent though. I mean, right now our likelihood of achieving victory is quite high, just purely because the opponent is, well, I mean, they can't see us. The primary damage dealers, which are, I think they're archers, are not actually able to see most of our forces. And our forces primarily are indeed shield walling, and they're behind this rock, which is exactly the reason why I say many times, I say rocks are amazing, and they are definitely going to be your best friend in situations like this where you're outnumbered. And maybe, okay, wait, no, I gotta be careful here, right? I gotta be careful because I am gonna get shot and killed very easily if I'm not careful. But I'm hopeful that my archers will save their arrows, you see. This is the reason why I've also placed them behind here. Because while they're not going to be that effective from range, they are going to be extremely effective at killing pretty much anyone that is in their line of sight. Because they'll be right on it, you know, that will be their only target, you know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about here. Because look at this. Look at what's happening right now. There are no opponents in this area apart from this one guy. What do you bet he's going to get shot and killed really easily? Maybe? Yep, there you go. He's dead. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Every single time there is an enemy in any kind of range, you know, line of sight, whatever, with our archers, it's dead. It's going to die within a few seconds. And that's kind of the whole theory behind this. And it seems to be working. I mean, kind of. I was actually really saddened by that. Oh well, never mind. A little bit disappointing, to be honest. We did kill 200, which means that I think we are probably going to be okay here. Unfortunately, it does also mean that my forces are going to start moving forward, which I don't really like that much. Oh, they're actually doing a circle. They're doing a circle formation. They're doing a circle formation. That's not a good idea, as you could clearly see. This is terrible. Ah, there it is. There's the victory. Wow, that was actually pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. As you can see, we did actually manage to eliminate a lot of the enemy's forces. And indeed, I think we're done. Yeah, I think we're done. There we go, yes. I thought we were going to maybe get another round or something like that, but no, we were able to capture them all. Wait, did I just let that one go? I think I just let that one go by mistake. Oh well, it doesn't really matter, as I say. Okay, we're just going to be taking all of them. There we go. And I could technically take all of these guys too. I think one of the main reasons why we actually managed is literally just because the AI actually started to play a lot more defensively with our forces. I mean, the funny thing is, did you see exactly what I was doing right there? My strategy was really good, but then as soon as the AI took over, that is when we started to lose huge amounts of units. It just goes to show that the auto delegate, it's sometimes, that's the funny thing, it's sometimes really good, but most of the time it's just not going to do, it's not going to do what you want it to do, you know. It's going to do this really annoying thing where it just basically goes, yeah, you know what, let's just throw all those guys into the fire, kill them all straight away. That sounds like the best possible course of action, doesn't it? Yeah, they do generally tend to do that. Unfortunate. Anyway, we were able to achieve victory at least, and that's all that I can really say that I'm very thankful for, because otherwise we would be defeated and that would be extremely uncomfortable. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. We've got an army here, and I'm not going to be doing anything with these guys. Can I actually get away from here? Why am I having problems getting away? Okay, there we go. We're just going to go over here. Rebels in Barmalui. Yes, that seems to be a classic rebellion situation for some reason. I think it's probably because they haven't converted the culture or something like that. I'm not entirely sure if the AI can do that. But it's fantastic that we are able to do so, you know. Oh no, actually, wait a minute. Why are they... Barmalui, that's so weird, because isn't Barmalui already a Gondorian fief? I think it is. I actually thought it was Mordor for a second, but no, it is actually a Gondorian fief. So that means that's a bit strange. Why would it be rebelling all the time? I don't know. Oh, okay. This is actually kind of interesting. All right, these guys want to fight us. This is actually... Ooh. We might have a problem here. We might have a problem here. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're going to have a big problem here. Look at that, 600 people. I'm going to have to... I don't want to sally out, but I kind of think I have to. I kind of think I have to. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I'll leave it a little bit of cliffhanger, you know, a little bit of cliffhanger. Oh, dearie me. This is going to be painful. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.